I'm Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm here with Stefan Struve, who is going to be fighting at UFC 130 against Travis Browne. Now listen, Stefan, I want to know how you feel about this fight. I know it's the generic question that everybody's going to ask, but where was your camp? How was your camp? How do you feel going into this fight?
Feeling really good. Came to LA a little earlier than normal. I arrived last Thursday, so I'm here for about 3 days now. I did all of my training in Holland with my training team, and it was really good. I started training about a week and a half after the fight with Christian Morecraft, so it's been almost 5 months training for this fight, so it's been long, but it's been good. Been training hard with Nogueira, the K1 fighter. Been training hard with my own people, and Hardonk as my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. Got my strength and conditioning coach working really hard with me, added some weight, and well, it's going really good. So yeah.
And since you've been here, I know usually when you come, you train with Antoni Hardonk over at Dynamics. So have you been in with him, and what have you guys been working on?
Yeah, well, I came in Thursday. Didn't do a lot on Thursday. Just relaxed a bit, got a bit settled in. And Friday I worked twice with Antoni, and I worked with Henry Akins as well. Just did some technique and some things I worked on in Holland. Antoni's a bit the same kind of stand-up trainer as my trainer in Holland, so it was really good, and they think about the same. And yeah, of course, Henry is really good on the ground, so you always learn things from him. So it's really good.
Very good. And I know the first thing that I said to you, I haven't seen you in a few months. First question to you always is, how much do you weigh right now? Because last time we spoke, you talked about how you wanted to progress and gain some weight and get a little bigger. So where are you now with your weight, and how do you feel with it?
I'm at a little more than 260. I think right now, and in January I was in LA, I had a little vacation, came back and weighed in between 275 and 280, so I had to cut down a little, but you know, we're training hard, and so I lost the weight, and a little over 260 now, and it's going good. And I think that the next fight after this fight with Travis will be the first that I will have to cut some weight, so it's going to be I'll add about another 5 to 7 pounds. I think that's the usual weight I put on after a fight for another fight, and so it's going good, going well, getting bigger, stronger. So
yeah, I mean, and that's the plan. We spoke about it once before, but why do you feel it's important for you to get bigger like that? And I mean, I guess you're still young, that you're sort of growing into your body, but why did you sort of set this out as a plan to gain that much weight?
Well, if you look at some of the top guys in the division, like Lesnar, Carwin, Dos Santos, and even Velasquez, those guys are big. They got a big, strong frame, and you need it if you want to be the best in the heavyweight division. You do not only need to have great technique on the ground and in the stand-up, but you need to be strong, and that's what we're working on. But I'm only 23, so I'm adding the weight naturally right now. It's what I said. I add about 5 to 7 pounds every single camp, so it's going good, and want to go up to 280, 290, maybe even 300, and then cut down and have some fun. So.
Well, and you're 6'11", right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can handle it. You can handle it. Sure,
I'm at 260 right now, and people, they think that. Yeah, it doesn't look that way.
I was just going to say, on you, 260, no, you don't look, you hear the number 260 and it sounds massive, but on you it actually spread out nicely.
I'm lean, yeah.
Yeah, very nice. What do you eat, though? I mean, are you constantly eating, or?
I eat about 6-7 times a day, and I eat a lot of meat, fish, chicken, vegetables, and, I just eat healthy, and I eat a lot, so, and that's the good way to do it, I think. So.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So what do you know about Travis as far as going into this fight? On paper, you definitely have a lot more experience than he does against tougher competition. So how do you view him as an opponent, and what's your strategy going in?
Well, he's another tall guy, but Morecraft was 6'7", Morecraft was 6'7", he's 6'7". I'm used to that. I got training partners in Holland. Everybody's tall in Holland, so I'm used to that. It's good to punch up instead of down, so that's good. And he's a strong guy. He's got good stand-up, got power in his punches, power in his kicks, and he's got some good wrestling. I don't think he wants to be on the ground with me, but I don't think he wants to be standing up with me after a couple minutes. So we'll see what his game plan is, and it's going to be fun, that's for sure. It's been five and a half months now since the fight with Morecraft, and I need to get back in there.
Right.
So.
Well, the Morecraft fight ended pretty quickly for you, right?
Yeah, it was. No disrespect, as I like Sean a lot, but it was pretty easy. So.
Yeah, but prior to that, when you fought Morecraft, that was a little tougher for you. And I remember the first round was we were like, Stefan's getting challenged here a little bit. Your face got busted up a little bit, but you were able to pull off the win. How did that fight test you, and what did you take away from that fight? Because to me, that seemed like that was a real good challenge for you, and that maybe that was one of the harder fights for you recently.
Yeah, well, it was just, what's a good way to say it? Just hit the switch, and just fight. Because I got a little sick like an hour before the fight in the locker room. I think it was because of the tension. I lost the fight before that, and I wanted to put down a good performance. Came to LA 5 weeks before the fight. It was the first time I trained in a foreign country, and I wanted all to go good. And an hour before the fight, the pressure and the tension came to me, and I got a little sick, threw up a little bit, got a little dizzy, and warm up and everything went perfect. But after 2 minutes in the first round, I had no energy left. And he was pounding on me, and I had to survive for 3 minutes, and it was bad. And my lip was split open, and it wasn't that nice, So I was like, I heard Stitch say, if you got a good surgeon, you'll be alright. And I put my tongue in my lip, and I was like, this is not good. So this is the only thing I was thinking. I need to finish this fight, or I'm gonna lose my lip. So my trainer was like, and for the people who know my trainer, Bob, and who've seen some of his fights, he's that type of guy that never quits. I'm the same guy, but there was no way we're gonna quit. And the deal was, go out there, throw everything you got for like a minute, and if it
go hard or go home, right?
What happens? And he went down after 20 seconds, so that was good.
That's good.
That was good.
Okay, but that everybody's curious about you throwing your mouth guard into the.
People asked for it.
Dude, that was disgusting, Stefan. Come on, that was nasty. I do not want that thing flying on my head. Come on.
You would have put it on eBay, dog.
I would have sold it.
People ask for it when on Facebook and stuff like that all the time.
Really?
They want it, and they want the blood on it. People are like,
oh man,
they want it. Yeah, the fans love it. Things like that.
And tell me now, because I know for a fact that you hopped on a plane shortly after that flight, right? So talk to me about going through TSA, looking like you did.
Everybody was looking at me like, what happened to you? I was flying from LA, and everybody was like,
who's this giant with a messed up face?
And the people in the plane who were working in the plane, they were like, okay. They didn't, they didn't really want to ask me something, but they did, and they found out I actually was a nice guy, So, but
and that you won the fight, so I'm sure they were curious about the dude that lost.
Yeah. But I got in the plane, and it was looking quite normal. I put eyes on it all night long and stuff, and I got in the plane, and after a couple hours, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it wasn't good. But it took about a week and a half to heal, but it's almost back to normal.
Yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good now. Well, we should say right now that we're at Vladimir Matyushenko's house. Yeah. He recently got married, and we're here celebrating his nuptials. But how has Vlad helped you? You guys are teammates, got the same managers and stuff. But I'm curious, if Vlad's had any advice for you. He's definitely a veteran of the game, and how he sort of helped you in your career.
Well, especially with the fight with Morecraft, I did a lot of wrestling training with him because he's one of the best wrestlers. Sure. He's one of the best teachers there is for wrestling, and he supported, and every time I'm here, he helps me out, so he's good to have around. He's a great friend to have around here, and all of the guys are great here. But I'm in LA for about 3 or 4 times a year, and then we work out, and it's always a pleasure, and I learn a lot, so it's really good.
Now, like we said, you have a lot more experience than Travis, and I don't want to look past him, but you've spoken about getting bigger and taking on the best. So are there people that you have sights on, and sort of do you have people that you'd like to kind of knock off on your checklist on the way to the top?
Well, the nice thing is I'm only 23, and in my opinion, I got like 15 years left in this sport, so in that case, I can fight all of them, so that's good, and it would be an honor to fight a guy like Nogueira or something like that one day, because I've been watching his fight since I was 12 years old, and now I'm in there, and if I would be in there with a guy like that, it would be an absolute honor. But for the rest, I want to put those losses. You know, I want to get that straight, but there's no rush. Right. So there's no hard feelings with those guys. You know.
Well, Roy's going to be there next weekend at 130. I mean, I know you've got your own fight going on, and he's fighting Frank Mir, but I mean, you know.
No, Roy and me are good, you know, and there's some things happened around the fight, and it affected me a little bit. And I know I could have done so much better in that fight, but no hard feelings, and I want to get that loss straightened up in the future, but there's no rush, and I got my eyes on Travis Browne right now. So.
All right. Good. All right. Well, Stefan, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and you're looking good, and
I'm doing good.
You're doing well with the weight and everything. So
feeling good. So it's going to be fun next Saturday.
Right on. Awesome. Yeah. Best of luck to you against Travis Browne at UFC 130. It's Stefan Struve, the Skyscraper. I'm Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat.
Hey, I'm Stefan Struve, and you're watching MMA Heat.